Hi guys, so we're here with a new video, and this video will be a BM Hunter preview video for 10.2. So we're going to talk about the changes, what is up with BM, how is it going to be, and just in general the tier sets, the colors, and my general opinion about the changes that they made for BM Hunter. First and foremost, I think BM Hunter as a spec is one of the specs that have the least amount of changes since the beginning of Dragonflight. And now in 10.2 we do have some changes. I do feel like it's still not a complete spec. I do feel like they need a rework on the talent trees. I'm not saying that they need to rework the playstyle. I do feel like there is just not a lot of choices to make on the spec tree as for PvP and PvE. I feel like you're pretty much stuck with one build and there's just a few points to change, but the overall feel of the spec, what you're changing is really on the low side. I can compare with multiple specs that have way better things going on just choice wise. Again, there will always be a meta spec, a meta build, but at least you have some differences that you can make in how you're going to deal damage. Right now I feel like there is not a lot of changes, but I'm going to talk about the PTR right now. First and foremost, something that I'm not going to show because I cannot be bothered to look for, but PvP wise, your PvP talent, tactical survival, I think survival tactics is going to be nerfed pretty much. I feel like it's not now going to be just a skillful ability to press to reduce the damage that you're going to take, but you're not going to dispel anything anymore. People are going to be happy about it. Again, if you're affliction warlock, you're going to have a lot of fun versus BM hunters right now. But I think if it's not compensated with some survivability, it feels like you're going to be in a dire situation versus a lot of specs. But that's my opinion. First change, first and foremost, Hunter's Mark is actually very valuable to press now, because whenever someone is whenever someone is 80% maximum health or more, you're going to make 5% more damage onto the target. So there is always going to be something nice about it. And BM Hunters have a few changes on the talent tree. I'm going to show you guys because I can read everything, but I think showing you guys is going to be more interesting. First and foremost, Aspect of the Wild is gone. It is going to be replaced by Savagery, for example. Kill command damage is increased by 10%. Barb Shot lasts 2 seconds longer, so it's going to be easier on how you're going to maintain the stacks. But now, again, I'm going to explain what is good, what is bad, but it's going to be quite nice to talk about. Master Handler has been redesigned. Each time Barb Shot deals damage, the cooldown of kill command is reduced by 0.5 seconds. So you're going to spam kill command way more, just in general. Call of the Wild has been slightly redesigned. Cooldown reduced to 2 minutes, so it is way more usable in PvP. And the base ability now also has the added functionality. Whenever Call of the Wild summons a pet, the cooldown of kill command and Barb Shot are reduced by 50%. So there is a lot of ways to actually always have the stacks of frenzy up at any time, and there's multiple ways where you can just place your CDs up, so you can actually always have your frenzy up at any time. Again, they can CC you and that will drop, but if you're not CC'd, normally you should always have 3 stacks of frenzy. Choice notes for Call of the Wild updated. I'm going to talk about it as well. Thrill of the Hunt is now a 2-rank talent, so that's a good thing because you don't want a 3-point talent anyways for any spec. I feel like it's terrible. I think the future would be to only have like 2 nodes of 2-rank talents, and then the rest is 1 rank, so you can actually have multiple choices to make and you can take everything you want pretty much. Right now you have to make choices. Choices is good, but I think you have to have meaningful choices, and sometimes you don't have meaningful choices and it feels like, well, I wanted to take that, but the other choices are way better, so why would I bother, for example. Dark Combat is now a 2-rank talent as well. It's not nerfed, although this is I feel like, no, it's not nerfed. It's nerfed because it would be 9%, it's 8% max, but still it doesn't matter. It's a 2-point talent. It's like snake bite is gone, for example. Bonus pets from Call of the Wild now spawns on top of your target rather than by your side. That's a good thing because, again, the travel time is really annoying to deal with, but this is at least going to be quite nice to have a quality of life change towards Call of the Wild. Now let's talk about really quickly the sets, and then we're going to talk about the overall class spec. So collections, sets. I feel like this set is going to be quite nice. Let's talk about the normal set, which is the one that I'm wearing right now. It's orange. I don't really like that color for a hunter, but if you want it, you can chase for it. A Wraith Finder is blue. That is quite ugly, to be honest. It feels like not really a tier set, but more like a adventure set, pretty much. A heroic one is yellow. I feel like that's a bit better than the orange one. The mythic one is purple. Unfortunately, purple is not the best color for a hunter, in my opinion. The elite one is red, which I find is very cool, and the glad one is like turquoise, like blue greenish. This is all right, but I think the best one is the elite one. So if you want to get 1800, I think it's possible, especially since BM Hunter are in a good spot. Overall, what did change on the talent tree is pretty much the right side of the tree. So we have now Savagery, Master Handler, Call of the Wild, and also a choice node here at the end with Bloody Frenzy and Wild Instincts. Per test of the video, I do prefer Wild Instincts. Makes you do more damage on kill command. Always going to be nice, and Bloody Frenzy is going to be like a AoE option if you are going to do Mythic Plus, for example. Overall, the talent trees didn't really change too much. We have still a few things that are very annoying, which is basically having the left side being very empty. That's the issue we have currently, with kill command, like kill shot not being very useful in general for BM. It does feel like if you're doing a kill shot, you could have used that CD for a kill command. You could have used that CD for a barb shot. I do feel like just the GCD. I mean, I do feel like kill shot overall doesn't do that much damage, and the issue is because mastery is not affecting kill shot at all, but also just in general, it is a physical ability which is going to be reduced by armor, versatility, and damage reduction overall on the enemy target. But overall, I do feel like the bleeds that you're going to produce are going to be quite nice. I do feel like in general, you're going to have a great time playing a BM Hunter because of the 4 set, which is going to be interesting. Bestial Wrath summons a Dire Beast for 15 seconds, so automatically also gives you some haste, which is quite nice because Dire Beast gives you haste if I'm not mistaken. Yes, 5%. But also, your most recently summoned Dire Beast now obeys your kill command and can benefit from Beast Cleave. So it means that your 2 pets are going to kill command, but your 3rd pet is also going to kill command, so it's going to be doing way more damage. My issue is they did nerf it because previously all Dire Beasts actually did a kill command, but right now the damage is going to be still quite noticeable. So if I'm going to do my rotation, basically I'm going to do a barb shot, I'm going to do a kill command, I'm going to try to stack my frenzies, and you don't want to do a barb shot directly, you want to space it out, and then once you have 3 stacks, what you want to do is a big Bestial Wrath, and then you can just go with a how it's called, Call of the Wild, and then you can just do your onslaught, right? So you'll have another barb shot here, boom, and you're going to still do your kill commands, barb shot again, and you will have your Bestial Wrath again by the time you are going to be out of the Call of the Wild, which is quite big. Again, you see we have stacks of my kill command being 9 stacks, so I'm doing way more damage, and just overall the feel of the spec is way better. Again, I know that I'm like complaining about a few things, like for example on the spec tree, I do feel like the damage is really high, and if you're going to do some PvP or PvE, I feel like BM Hunter is going to be quite nice. Again, for PvE, I don't know too much because I'm a PvPer, but in general, you can have a great time playing BM Hunter. I think we have like details being split up for some reason, but let's see. So if I'm clicking on here, I think it's pretty much like only my second pet. So my second pet did 105k crit on kill command, which is very high. Stomp doing 46k, meaties of like claw with 40k, for example. And then we have like the first part, which is with my main pet and my Dire Beast. Dire Beast is just called Beast, by the way. Did kill commands of 40k. It's not that impressive, but it's still 40k extra on top of the 105k times 2 from the 2 pets. So 105 plus 105 plus 40k. It does 250k pretty much. If you like counting the 105 together, it would be 110, and then 40k it would be it would be 250 pretty much. But it does a lot of damage just with just one kill command. And then you have your stomps. All the pets are doing stomps except the Dire Beast, if I'm not mistaken. Your overall damage of Power Shot is also quite high, like 60k crit on just dot damage. It's also very impressive. Auto shots, death chakrams, all those things are going to hit for a lot. The issue I still have is Cobra Shot is basically useless. There is no way you're going to do a Cobra Shot in PvP. You will always have a time to do kill command. You will always have a time to do barb shot, especially if you're playing around haste. You always have something to press. If you don't have anything, then you better just use a trap. If you have any GCD to spare, you can just use for traps. You can use to heal your pets, because often than not your pet is going to get some damage. You can do a tranquilizing shot. You can do an intimidating stun, for example. You can do a bloodshed. You have multiple ways to press something. You don't have to press Cobra Shot. So that's why I'm thinking like the spec is not complete, because I feel like it would be nice to have something around you as a hunter and not only about the pets. But that's again me complaining about something that is probably not really worth to be complaining. But I feel like the class tree is pretty cookie cutter. You don't really have a lot of choices to be making, to be honest. And on the spec tree, I feel like this build is pretty much the only build I'm going to play as a BM, if I would play BM hunter coming in 10.2. I feel like the fun factor of the spec is going to be somewhat alright. I think it's way better than 10.1 because you have choices to be making on the right side of the tree. Before you went on the left side and you didn't touch anything, because that was pretty much it. But I do feel like there is something missing. I feel like some talents are very boring. I do feel like Beast Cleave, everything about Beast Cleave should be like 1 or 2 talents. Now it's like 3 talents, so even if you want to spend that for PvP, it's really not worth it. On PvE side, I don't even know if you're picking those things. Cobra Senses is useless. Cobra Sting is useless. There is no other modifier to actually be improving Cobra Shot, so basically Cobra Shot is just a dead ability pretty much. It's like a filler over filler. It's really your last choice to be pressing. Even to do damage, I feel like you are going to be doing way more effective damage by just freezing trapping the healer, for example. So that is pretty much my take. So that's why I feel like Cobra Shot on top of the tree is useless. Like, just put it baseline for BM Hunter, for example, and then put something else like Barb Shot on top. That would be my suggestion. But anyways, overall PvP talents, I do feel like they should change a few things, but it is what it is though. Survival tactics has been nerfed, like I said in the beginning of the video, where you don't dispel anything anymore. So we went from Shadowlands with Craven Stratagems dispelling everything, and then anything also bleeds. And now we have Survival Tactics actually dispelling nothing. So I don't know at what points they are telling themselves like, survivability for hunters is actually quite terrible, just in general, also for PvE, but also for PvP. And now you're going to even more take it away. You're going to say, look, 3 seconds of 90% damage reduction is nice. It is indeed something. I do feel like you have to pre-shot it like perfectly to have like the best value, and I feel like again you can play around it, you can have some value behind it. Again, if you can just do a feign death at a time where you're going to get like 2 chaos bolts on you, it's going to be effective. But how many times does that happen? I do feel like you're dying because of a lot of damage, not only because of like one shot. And again, I'm saying that I play Elemental Shaman, I play Affliction Warlock, I play things that are actually affected by these spells. But I do feel like, again, it's unfair for hunters to lose that without any compensation. And you're going to say like 3 seconds reduction of like 90% is going to be a compensation. For me, it's not a compensation. It's like it's a sad price, right? It's nothing. Like if you're asking for goodies and you're getting like stones, it is not something you're getting. You're getting something, but it's not like a compensation towards what you want. currently. But anyways, that is my opinion. You have, of course, Diamond Eye still very strong. You still have Kindred Beast actually having a freedom on a 24-second CD, if I'm not mistaken. 22-second CD is also interesting. Also, like freeing nearby allies is also quite interesting as well. Tranquilizing darts is actually like sleeper OP versus resto druids, for example, and also mages. You have also Dark Beast, Hawk, and Basilic, which those are boring abilities in my opinion, but that's again my opinion. But let me know what you think about BM Hunter. I will try to make a video about every spec until we have 10.2. I'm going to try to talk about the specs I do know about. It's very hard for me to make a video about evokers because first and foremost I don't have an evoker level 70, but also I despise the class and the spec and the existence of the evoker, so it's very hard for me to actually make a video about it and be very passionate about, because I am not. But anyways, this is my opinion, this is my feeling towards BM Hunter. I would recommend to play BM Hunter if you are like looking for a Hunter spec. I do feel like it is on the strong side. For SOLOQ RPGs and like RPGs in general, I do feel like it's a BM Hunter. I think MM Hunter is probably more effective, but you can also defend very well as a BM Hunter because of your pets. But overall, I think arenas, you're still going to have a place in it. I think in social shuffle, you're going to be still sleeper OP. People are going to say BM Hunter sucks until they see a BM Hunter actually like destroying a lobby with just their CC. I feel like it's in a good spot. I do feel like they just need a rework, like many other specs. I think the Retribution Paladins make other specs quite jealous because of their treatments and how they got like a fantastic spec tree and class tree. I do feel like a lot of those classes that are in need of a rework are quite jealous. I'm thinking about Frost Decay. I did talk about it a few days ago, and I feel like it does need something to improve the overall gameplay. But again, I think that's more for the next expansion. This expansion is pretty much a beta for the next expansion, like for talents. But that, I always said that also at the start of Dragonflight. I do feel like this is the test, and we will have the final product probably next expansion, like always. And hopefully they do keep on building on it instead of like just destroying it. We'll have to see it. But again, thank you for watching. Have a good day, and be sure to stay safe. Bye.